Hey everybody, Charlie at JC3 with you, with my buddy Stu. We are back. First time in a while. We had a little bit of a hiatus, but we wanted to share with you some pickups from our Green Bay card show last weekend. So stick around and check out what we picked up. Welcome, everybody, back to another show and share, this time from the Green Bay Card Show. Had an opportunity last weekend to get out to the Green Bay Card Show at the KI Center here in Green Bay, and I did bring home some goodies here. I'm going to walk through a few of these. I did not go out looking to make a big buy on the day, to be honest. I was just looking for a couple things here and there if I did find them. Was mostly a seller at this show, but I'll take you through a little bit. Mostly non-sport here today. We'll grab a pile of non-sport here. Nice Marvel Platinum Spider-Man. Let me see if I can get you a little better lighting on this. All right, I think that'll do. So let's see. And most of this is all in card savers or sleeves. We got a nice Superman, DC Firepower. I really like those. Mad Titan, Upper Deck Mad Titan. This is a foil. Nice looking foil on that. We've got Maximum Power, if I can get this lined up right. Maximum Power Superman here. And those are kind of embossed. I like those. Here is some kind of like yellow hyper prism from Allure, Marvel Allure. So this is Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier, or Bucky, if you will. Marvel Platinum Rocket Raccoon, another nice foil here. He's in a little bit of a rage. Some more DC Maximum Firepower. Another Superman there. I don't have a lot of Superman, so these seemed like a good pickup for me, just to expand into that space a little bit. Another Maximum Power Superman there. Got Supergirl. If I can get that lined up for you. Supergirl, DC Firepower. I just really like that set. I don't know if you can kind of see the angle there. Just the slightest embossing on that kind of jumps off the card for you. Actually, as I look at the top of that, it says burst, I think, on the top. Yeah, something burst at the top. I'll have to research that a little bit and see what that is for. I think that maybe is some type of insert set or parallel. Here's a nice Spider-Man Zombie Hunter Spidey, and that is in a refractor parallel, and numbered out of 688. That is from Marvel Comics. What is the set, though? What If Dimensions Gold. So that is a gold refractor. It's got some kind of shape in there, too, so there's probably some funky name for it. We got Daredevil here, Maximum Firepower Daredevil. How about Batman and Robin and the Maximum Firepower? Love it. Daredevil again. Nice. Daredevil, a little more Daredevil. I can't say I had any Daredevil prior to this buy. Superman showing off his feats of strength there. How about, this is from Skybox, must be DC Skybox, a nice foil Batman with Joker there. Nice looking card. Here's another Batman and Penguin, another foil. Like it, good stuff. Back to the DC Maximum Firepower. This one is just Firepower. It's not the maximum, but it is the Flash. Were those Flash earlier? I know I said Daredevil. Let's look. That is the Flash. I was calling him Daredevil. What is wrong with me? That is the Flash. Used to be my oldest son's nickname, too. We've got Supergirl here. Nice looking card. Superman. Get that lined up for you. Supergirl. Supergirl again. Nice. How about Upper Deck Marvel Annual Black Panther foil? Really nice look on that card as well. Upper Deck Guardians of the Galaxy. And we've got, I believe these are some parallels here. We've got Drax. Of course, WWE's Batista plays Drax. We've got Rocket Raccoon. Another nice foil. Superman in the Firepower DC again. Batman and Robin here in the Firepower DC. I'm a big fan of Batman. It was one of my favorite superheroes growing up. How about a Minecraft Ice? We got the Parrot Ice here. Not numbered at all or anything, but cool looking card. I thought, I should be able to find a buyer for that. This is one of my favorites. We've got, let's see, this is from GC Comics, Cryptozoic. I'm kind of becoming a fan of some of the Cryptozoic stuff, but we've got the Little Tykes, Batman, and Joker there. I just think that's a really cool looking card. Here we've got another Cryptozoic DC Epic Battles. We got Wonder Woman here, kind of a gold tint to that one. And then this one here is back to the DC Firepower, Maximum Firepower. And we've got Superman, Batman, and Flash. Almost a comic book cover type card right there. So those were my Marvel pickups on the day. Thought those were worth my time. Then we've got some Star Wars here as well. Let's see what we got here. All right, Asajj Ventress in the red Ray Wave is what I would call that. It's a trap! Admiral Akbar in the Ray Wave, red Ray Wave. Ayla Secura in the red Ray Wave. And the rest of this is all top loaded. We've got Disney 100 All-Stars, Star Wars, let's see. This is 2023 Cackerwell Phantom Disney 100 Star Wars. That's what the set is. And we've got BB-8 and a nice shiny card there. Here's what I really liked out of this. All these Star Wars and DC Marvel cards all came from the same dealer table. And here's what really got me. They had a bunch of these relic cards, these manufactured relics, and I just thought they were really cool. So here we've got a Porg, and we've got like a gold Millennium Falcon medallion in there. Boba Fett in a little foil card here. We've got Rey. I think this is just the base Costco set. Had a few of those and they've sold. Gold Chewbacca from that same set. The Mandalorian. Nice foil card there. Here's another medallion card. This one is Finn, and it's got this kind of clear plastic medallion. Again, the Millennium Falcon there. Really cool. There's some color in there on that patch as well. So they're considered patch cards, most of these, I believe. Especially these next couple here, next relic cards. This one is Chewbacca with a resistance patch, so like a patch you would see on your flight jacket or something. And those are the ones that really got me. A nice Darth Vader foil like that. Another Mandalorian, again the foil. A little bit of refractor finish there. Some red ice. We got Luke Skywalker. So this is sapphire red, I believe. Facing the Emperor, we got Luke and Darth Vader. Here we've got Luke and Darth Vader in the lightsaber battle. Here we've got a nice, again, Disney 100 Kekawau Phantom Star Wars. This is a refractor of Cassian Andor, which I just recently finished watching I think it's the 2 seasons that conclude the series Andor. Really good. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. A nice red background Ray. I don't know that that's necessarily, yeah, that's an insert. That's a sticker card right there. Doesn't really look like a sticker. You don't see an outline or anything like that. So it's definitely an insert from that set. We got some Star Wars Galaxy. I always love these recreations of like the movie posters on a card. The characters subset. We got Boba Fett there. Star Wars Galaxy. We've got Boba Fett. And I just love I typically try to stay away from some of the art cards and do real images, but sometimes the artwork is just so cool that I'm like, heck yeah, I'll do that. And this is one of those cases. So you got Boba Fett with his jetpack and flames coming out of there. Super cool. We got a Sapphire Princess Leia. Just a really beautiful card there. We got Sapphire Red, Ice, whatever you want to call it, R2D2 and C3PO. Here's another one of those patch cards. So we've got BB-8 here with an X-Wing Squadron patch. I just really like that. Makes me want to make a jacket and just pull these out of these cards and sew them onto a jacket. Super cool. We've got Kylo Ren with his custom TIE fighter here, and another medallion, and you can see the different color in there. Super cool. Star Wars with a Rebel patch. This is Rey, of course. Again, nice sweet patch in these. Like you could pull it right out and sew it onto a jacket, and it would look perfect. Really, really like what they did with those. BB-8 with another Resistance patch. This time with the helmet. How about a TIE Fighter pilot with the TIE Fighter Squadron's patch on it? This one's numbered out of 401. 29 out of 401. Another numbered patch here. This, again, is a TIE Fighter pilot, but a different patch. I don't know the difference in the significance of the patches. This one's out of 99, though. I talked to my buddy Adam. He can probably tell me exactly what each of those patches mean. Another Sapphire, Path to Destiny. You got Luke and Vader there. This is my favorite card pickup of the day just because I find it really unique. This is the Empire's view of Yoda. So this is like propaganda against Yoda. It's called Traitor, Lies on His Lips and Blood on His Hands. So if you were part of the Empire, Yoda's like public enemy number one. And this is their view of what he does. On the back, you can see a dark side informational message from the archives of the Sith. Just never saw Yoda in that perspective before. And I thought that was really cool. Bounty Hunter insert. This is a commemorative cloth image of Dengar. Let's see, what do they call it there? Dengar, designated target, Han Solo. This is a commemorative Star Wars Bounty Hunter patch card. But I've had a few baseball cards like that too, where the image is on a piece of cloth. The Mandalorian, a little button relic in there, and he's holding Baby Yoda. He says, "I've been looking for you." This is probably my favorite of the Mandalorian patches. You have Bo-Katan Kryze, and the patch says, "This is the way," which of course is the iconic slogan of the Mandalorians. A nice Kylo Ren here with the, of course, the hilt, the decorative hilt on it with the additional blades. Another Kylo Ren. This is the Mandalorian here. Yep, not Boba Fett. That's the Mandalorian. Um, just looking if it specifies anything. It does not. Star Wars Finest Warriors Yoda. So we got a refractor Yoda there. Nice looking card. And one more Yoda from Star Wars Galaxies. Another refractor. Looking real good there. So those are my Star Wars buys from the Green Bay Card Show. Stacks me up pretty well on that. Did a little bit of golf. I found these Tiger Woods Making a Champion cards from Upper Deck, and what got me on these is we have Little Tiger as a youngster getting his game on. There he is again. Figured I'd have no problem finding a permanent home for these. Let's see. One soccer card on the day. We've got Fleer Metal, Skybox Metal, Metal Universe. And we did grab an Alyssa Thompson. Nice card there. Only a couple football cards on the day. One had a special use case. So this Russell Wilson Prism card, I'm working on a special project I'm going to use that for. Putting together some Badger greats. I came across this Jamar Chase Recon card in a value box, and I was like, that just looks too nice. Too nice to stay in that value box. I'm going to take that home. This was an interesting buy because I went to this table just because I needed to break a 20 for some things. So they had two cards that I found interest in, and I said, "Would you do $5 for the two of them?" And they said, "Yeah." So this is a Tim Tebow refractor. I forget what they call these little checkerboard type refractors. Oh gosh, and I'm sure they don't put it on there. No, but it's from Topps Finest, and that is numbered out of 99. Tebow always sells. And then this one might go into my PC as the other half of that deal. Oh, I gotta double check. Yeah, that's out of 99. This second one is the same type of refractor out of 99, but it's also autographed, and it is Hall of Famer Tony Baselli. So as an offensive line coach, I really geek out on some of the offensive line geeks. So to get an autographed Tony Baselli is pretty cool to me. So, to get both of these for $5, I feel like that was a great deal. By the way, had a little wrist surgery this week, so if you see the bandages, that's why. Recovering from that nicely, but still got it bandaged up. Then a little bit of wrestling came along from a buyer I bought from before. First of all, restocked on a bunch of these WCW stickers. So here's a nice Goldberg, Big Sexy, Kevin Nash. I've sold a few of these already. LWO, Latino World Order. And then 4 of these bags of stickers. So there's stuff for Sting, Nitro Girls there you can see. I bought one or two of these before from this dealer at another show, and they did really well. So when I saw he had some more, I'm like, I will definitely take more of those. And then we got a little more wrestling at this show. These are from a different dealer. But I saw some nice stuff that I've been trying to build my wrestling offers or offerings both in store and in my value boxes at shows. So I've been keeping an eye out. These are going to be things I list in my store. So you've got a nice color flow from AEW Allure, the bunny. Here's a nice die cut title ambitions from Allure, and it's Anna Jay, who I watched AEW last night, and she was in a fantastic no DQ match. Really, really a top notch match. Jade Cargill and another color flow. That is a really nice card. I think I'll have a good strong market for that. Can't go wrong with the Undertaker. So you got star status, Undertaker, and green may be a parallel. I haven't looked at those in a while. I think there are different color star status. You got a green parallel of Tiffany Stratus. That's right, it's Tiffy time. Tiffy's a huge seller now. Picked up some Zelina Vega, Kevin Owens, one of my favorite modern wrestlers. Chad Gable, also possibly known as El Grande Americano. That's one of the things I love about him right now is he's got a really entertaining storyline. Toni Storm from her WWE days. Right now, she's more known in AEW as Timeless Toni Storm, doing a fantastic job over there. Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. We got a parallel, like a sparkly parallel of Karrion Kross, aka Killer Kross. They are slowly building to a big storyline with him in WWE. Might still be a month or two away, but they're doing a slow burn with him. Bro, we've got Riddle. That's right. I believe he's over in Japan now, but I still have some buyers that specifically look for Riddle cards. Io Shirai, this is from her NXT days. Now she goes by Io Sky. They made her name a little easier for the average English speaker. Montez Ford from the Street Profits. Elias, who's currently going by Elijah in TNA, which has a cross-promotional agreement with WWE. Goldberg. He is getting ready for his final match, his retirement match. Coming up this summer sometime, I believe, maybe this fall at the latest. The Visionary, Seth Rollins. Sami Zayn, El Generico. And then I got some old school classic WWF. Even though they can't use the WWF anymore. What I like about this is back in the day they put a line on them for an autograph. I think that's really cool. But we got the Rockers here. The Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Another one of the Rockers. Who doesn't remember? If you're a fan of wrestling of a certain age, it's like branded into your brain the day Shawn Michaels put Marty Jannetty through the glass. Jake the Snake Roberts with the iconic photo of Damien, and he's got Damien held in such a way to open the mouth, which is always cool. A copy of the Rockers. I don't mind having a couple of those. One of my favorite AEW stars, and I hardly ever see him, but I still think he's really cool. Darby Allin. Nice refractor there. A couple more wrestling. Obafemi, NXT champion. Alexa Bliss. Her story is growing again after a long time away with the Wyatt Six. How about Tito Santana in the red prism there? Red prism. Braun Breaker. Very nice. Look at that sparkle. How about Ron Cena or R Truth? If you're watching currently, he just came out with a T-shirt that says Ron Cena because John Cena is his idol, who is currently on his farewell tour and has turned heel, and it's really crushed R Truth. So you got to strike when the storyline's hot. So now's the time to move a little R Truth. Lyra Valkyrie, WWE champion. This is from her NXT UK days and her rookie card when she was going by Aoife Valkyrie. Some more of these WWF classics. Coco Beware with the Birdman, Coco Beware. Here's another Rockers card. Look at these guys. And one last wrestling card. The Immortal Hulk Hogan WrestleMania moments. Looks like this is a green parallel. Still one of the all-time top sellers in wrestling cards. Nice refractor there. So that is our wrestling for the day. But perhaps the best buy of the day, and I'm going to tilt this down for you a little bit, is I went all in on these poker chips. So you may have seen me show poker chips before because I made a purchase a while back of a number of poker chips, and I am selling through them pretty well. Um, what's interesting about this one is these are all the magnet parallels. And then these two stacks here, if you can see them, here and here, those are the glow-in-the-darks. So you can see the luminescent background on them. Those are the glow-in-the-darks, which really sell well. And then these are all base with a couple of parallels. We got a couple gray parallels here, and we've got some gold parallels here. The rest of these are all base. So what was fun about this one is the dealer just had this Trae Young Atlanta Hawks basketball tin filled with some of these chips. It's empty now, but had this filled with some chips. And I said, well, that's a good deal. I'll take those from you. And then he pulled out this bag from under the table, and he said, well, if you like those, do you want this whole bag? So got a sweet deal on those, and they sell really well for me. So I was excited. Plus, I'll have this nice little tin if somebody's interested in that as well. So those are my buys from the Green Bay Card Show. Hope you enjoyed them. Always a good time at that show. We've got a good host at that show, and we work together with them quite a bit as we do our GOAT show here in Green Bay as well. We're always looking to make sure we schedule things on opposite weekends and work together collaboratively on that. But some good buys, not a ton, but I got some really good stuff in a short amount of time. Plus, I had some really good sales for the day. So all in all, it was a win.
Well, there you go, folks. Our buys from the Green Bay Card Show this past weekend at the KI Convention Center. One of the regular shows that I attend, along with the Dollar Box, every quarter they have a show, and we make it a point to put a table up and do some shopping as well. One of the only shows we actually sell at, that and our own show, the Goat Card Show as well. Um, but we've become kind of staples there at that show as well. Hope you enjoyed those buys. We felt like we had a good time there. We got some good merchandise, some things that we'll be able to move through our eBay store. Things we had a lot of fun picking out, bring back good memories, and that's really what some of this is all about, right? We're dealing with trading cards, which hopefully to both a buyer and me as well as the seller, when I source those, evokes some good memories of days gone by or some things that have happened. So that's really what it's all about to me. So until next time, just remember, when you see the goat, we're talking about some of the greatest of all time.